So what happened last time on Evrand? Well, everything and nothing.
Mm-hmm.
The entire timeline. First, there was some contact other planes cast by Roscoe to get some more clarity before Rick used the Fates card. There was a lot of turmoil in the party, in our little group chat, of what to do and how it will happen and what will happen. Ultimately, it was decided the event that will be undone was Wave opening the sarcophagus. So that was undone, and all the subsequent events that happened from there were also undone. Thus, the party never went to Concord. The folks in Gouger survived. Bricken's homestead didn't get new refugees, but also did not become a dragon's devastation region. Rev never joined the party. Sabine was defeated, and Ember was not captured and taken away. The party never went to Concord, therefore they never met Hank. Therefore, the giant amount of trinkets that came from Hank were not there. So that was one travesty or blessing, depending on whether you're Sean or not.
Yeah.
And Blake High Fury was kicked out of Gouger still, but he's not now a rich, tycoon having the only Gouger leaf on the planet. He is now just a prosperous businessman in a southern city. The party still are Veil Guards. They still did all of that efforts. And they still went and met with the Quartz Citadel, although they did not get attacked by a predator and Rev didn't die. They made their way to Dethair, where they currently reside, but also Wave's egg hatched in the monastery when it should have hatched, and was pretty easy to do in its original habitat with people who get that kind of thing. Knowledge seekers, people who are interested in seeing it come to fruition. Ember also barfed up an egg that hatched into a baby chick. And then we still don't know who Celine's going to play. She said she was going to decide. She didn't. It's Ember or Brina. And one way or another, they're both going to be pen pals with the other one. So, that's a thing.
Yeah.
They never fought and defeated the dragon.
No.
So some of the great prestige of the Veil Guard has since been revoked. Hey, did you hear about that dragon that got killed? The Veil Guard did that. Now it's just like, hey, we're starting up the Veil Guard again, guys. Come on!
You're darn right. They got cool shields.
Yeah, they do have a cool logo, and the true members have the cool rings that let them do cool stuff. And that is pretty much, I think, everything major that was covered between the rewrite of the history. There's a couple other small things I let some of you guys know.
Oz no longer left in a big tizzy.
Yes.
He left because he...
Because Sean wanted to. Play Roscoe.
Well, everything, if you guys saw the one shot we did with the Rexing crew, all that stuff still happened. So, new timeline, Oz was just bumming around into there, ran into Chongo, did the Rexing crew fight, and then after that was like, I think I'm gonna hang out with these guys instead. They listen when I say things. And then he got the news about his dead mom, and then told his dad, like, I got some guys you should hang out with. So, Roscoe is still with the party.
Yes. So that happened. Sorrow doesn't have horns anymore, has a halo instead. Brother Drander doesn't look as haggard and tired and worn as he had once looked. Kobold airships are more prevalent in the world now. And Harrison, the trainer who was training their dinosaurs, Little Rick, for example, decided to stay on at the Veil Guard rather than return to Westwick. So that is, I think, most of the world sweeping changes that the party at least has had interaction with.
And just for your own edification, if you guys are ever going to rewrite history in a D&D campaign, I really recommend getting a new character right before that, because then none of your shit changes.
Yes, that's true. The party, I haven't figured out the amount, but the party will be docked Obviously, all the magic items that they did not get, as well as the gold that was associated with some of those items being sold. So I have to figure out what the quantity is that I will take from the players, but I'm going to be nice and just funnel that into the Veilguard rather than that, because any of the items that they got from the dragon or the gold and things they got from the dragon doesn't exist, and any items they sold because of that doesn't exist as well. So I also don't have Carl. Brenda doesn't have several of her items that she really liked. Rick's armor now causes disadvantage on stealth checks. Wave got an attunement slot because he never got the necklace to hide from the Scourge.
Yeah. So new timeline, we have saved fewer towns. We haven't saved Concord and we haven't saved Bricken's Homestead, but we also have destroyed fewer towns.
That is accurate.
Yeah.
You still saved Sorrow and Brother Drander.
Yes.
And rescued Veilguard Spire. You still saved the Terror Dog Tavern.
Yes. And rescued Nibbles.
Rescued Nibbles. You also...
Could I save Diego this time?
It would have been Oz?
Oh, yeah!
So would he have?
Wouldn't, no.
I'm going to say that Nibbles just came along invisibly and then was just like, well, these guys are here. And then was just like, oh shit, this guy knows magic.
Fair.
It's kind of like that other guy who's kind of a jerk. And then just left them, so...
Fair.
Yeah, so that was that. You did still save Grintilda and help protect the World Tree, so you know of its existence and the teleportation powers that it has, though slightly, potentially inaccurate, or at least not... It's not a pinpoint teleportation, like, say, the teleportation spell.
Yeah.
You did still all participate in the Shadow Race in Trombe, although Ember was victorious in that. I think that's about it. You guys know that there's supposedly a black dragon that lives in the swamp.
Yeah,
an ancient black dragon, they say. Doesn't really seem to come out too often, but they say he has much treasure and a lair that's quite unique.
Ooh.
Because as of right now, the party is in Dethere with no real purpose.
Nope, nothing to do.
They're there.
We are.
Because I think we said that you were trying to spread the word of the Veilguard in the south.
I think so.
To let people know, hey, we're back. If you need more local protection, that's not something that is either warrants the help of the brigade or, you know, too small time for them. Like, we're heroes for hire, basically. We're out there to do this. You guys have done a couple little odd jobs here in Dethere to help boost the name. Like, oh, hey, you rescued the scroll collection from the woman whose husband was a horse and all that stuff. So there was some things there. You investigated the house, then decided not to go in the house.
It's a good move.
Still did the cabin in the woods scenario where Oz just slept. So that'll probably not come back to bite you guys ever again.
Can we have taken all of the treasure room?
I mean...
Wasn't that before Gouager?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that wouldn't have changed.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's true. That wouldn't have changed. So that's where we left off. We have Gorm has grown a bit over time because we realized that Gorm would have been with the party for close to 6 months at this point, or maybe longer, depending on how long things happened on the traversal south. So he's grown to be like small size, so like as big as Roscoe, but he's like alligator crocodile-y in appearance, so he's less tall and more long.
That makes sense.
So like 3 to 4 feet long. We'll call it 4. I think we said 4 feet long and 125. Yeah. So
he's a big boy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And he can gallop.
He can. Oh yeah. I mean,
right? No speed.
Yeah, I mean, his speed is whatever it is, 30 feet, which is
so fast,
faster than half the party. And he also, similar to a bear, can rear up on his hind legs, but like a bear. Like, can maybe like move around a little bit. He's very top heavy though because of his body length, so he'll not gonna be able to run on his hind legs
yet.
I'm sorry, I just had a picture of me like with the circus bear, but it's circus
crocodile. Yeah, sure. But like, alligators they can do that naturally, where they kind of rear up. They do it in the water where they jump up, but they can kind of back up like that. But normally for a regular alligator, it doesn't really work because the limbs are on the outside, like out here, and these are more underneath, which allows for that. So
cool.
And Wave never bought the horse because he didn't have Brina to give him the money.
No train.
So there you go.
Shame.
And they never really met Dick and Barry.
Yeah.
They may have met them, but they didn't need to commission a ship from them.
Yes.
So now we find ourselves in Dethere with basically nothing to do per se. And at this point, it's probably, I'll be honest with you guys, it's probably not going to be a full-length stream.
Yeah.
Mostly because we don't know what 1/4 of the party is. So we don't know if we're going to have Brina or Ember. And because of that, we can't really decide what's going to happen or what the next steps are. Because Brina, for example, has nothing to, as far as her. So let me paint this picture, I guess, for a second. Rick has the only thing that Rick really has, as far as I can tell, about things he's interested in doing, backstory wise or other related, is he would like to upgrade his armor further. That involves a trip back to Carrickfern to meet with Crag to add whatever sort of customization with the money and the time to add whatever he wants. We know he wants a harpoon added to it, but perhaps something else. So Wave no longer has the scourge over his head as a thing that he needs to deal with and end. So what's Wave got going on? What's his plan? What's his deal?
I think he probably would have devoted more to the Triad and the Templar ways instead of having this storm cloud over his head that he's kind of monkey on the back, if you will. So
You can see how many
a little bit more
aspects for
happy-go-lucky.
aspects for the future, things he'd like to do or like to achieve or see.
Well, finding the Veil Guard was big. That's almost like Bricken level potential for
It does, yeah.
for doing good.
Yes, absolutely.
And it's a larger area.
Yeah, it's not as big as Bricken's homestead, but it covers the spire. But it covers
the
a larger
region.
the region,
that the
yes.
Veil Guard
And it
oversees.
always has the potential to grow
Right.
for you to.
So that might be a next thing. Wave might be interested in building other spires
Oh, okay.
for the Veil Guard.
Interesting. Okay. What about Roscoe?
Roscoe. Excuse me. My idea for him was he just kind of wanted So Roscoe never wanted to be a shop owner. Like he was an adventurer. He was learning how to be a wizard, all this other stuff. And basically, when he found out his wife was terminal, he was like, "All right, let's put down some roots. Let's live like a kind of more relaxed, stress-free lifestyle." So he opened up his shop. All that stuff. His wife passed away, and now he's like, "Well, I don't want to stay in this shitty fishing town all by myself, like with no family." So his motivation, originally was just mostly to get out of the house, just so he starts living his life outside of the life he had built for himself in Big. Because there he would have just wasted away and been sad. So yeah, he just kind of. I know that doesn't help you at all.
It doesn't. Thank you.
Not even
Nothing.
a little. But that was the original idea. Is that he?
Well, now it's a new timeline.
New timeline. So I guess
not much has changed.
Yeah,
for him, but it could.
But it could. What do you think, Pat? You got any cool ideas for goals for Roscoe?
Also, chat. Throw them out if you feel like you got something.
Yeah.
What kind of shop did you own?
An apothecary.
Apothecary.
Yeah. It was just something he knew a little bit about. He had enough money to get up the startup capital. Real estate in Bin isn't terribly expensive.
He's a businessman. So and
he
he
was.
knows real estate, so maybe he can help out
a little
with the
bit.
Veil
He
Guard.
might be able to assist you in your quest.
And maybe he's the. No, that's not. That's terrible. Terrible. The pencil pusher of the group, the paper
Accountant?
doer. Yeah, that.
Treasurer?
Treasurer. That's better.
He could be. And actually, in this timeline, his son never stole the party fund.
I was gonna say, so who has the party fund? Probably Roscoe.
I don't know.
You're the
Well, he was the
older-
newest addition to the party.
Yeah.
So right now, we know that the party was consistent, as it always has been, with Wave and Rick.
Mm-hmm.
Third member to be determined,
Mm-hmm.
and recently acquired Roscoe.
Mm-hmm.
Although we're going to just say that Roscoe was inducted into the Veil Guard, so maybe things, contact happened earlier. I don't know. It's fine. But, so that means either you, Rick, or Celine's character manage the party fund, which could be Brina, a 12-year-old child.
But before you shake your head,
You let her do it.
Rena was in charge of the party fund. She has been since Oz left.
True, but new timeline.
New timeline. But I'm just saying.
But Oz would have been in charge of it.
He would have been, but
Until
the question is
there.
now.
Yeah, but I'm saying like that decision only needed to be made in like the past 5 days in game.
Yeah.
Oh, chat says complete Bigby's body,
Ooh, he does have a hand.
which is that's a long story. But cure the disease that his wife had, so no one else can suffer from it. Going on the
That's
holy
a cool idea.
the mission to protect the world from a slayer of diseases. Or some sort of great healer, plague doctor, Roscoe.
Oh, that would involve a lot. That would involve a different class.
That's fair. No, he could still be a wizard.
Yeah.
I saw this was going to happen. Too bad.
Well,
Shoulda wished my poor tent was better, but too bad you died.
that shit happens, man. I mean, I guess the other idea for Roscoe was want to make the world a better place before he dies.
Yeah.
Makes the world a better place for his son. Maybe grandchildren. Who knows?
Does he know?
He barely talked to him.
Yeah, I'm
Probably
gonna
not.
say he doesn't know. Just Oz and Roscoe never had that conversation. But I'm also gonna say it wasn't a big deal in Ben.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't a conversation you had to have with your folks.
Right.
It was just like, going on a date. Okay. It's with a dude. Okay. It's just like be safe. Be home by 10.
Cool.
Don't let him steal your money.
Don't let him scav off with the party.
Don't let him scam him over the party fund. Maybe don't yell at the guy who has the party fund. Whatever you want to do. However you want to play it.
So, Wave. So we can't deal with Celine's because we don't know what's happening. Jake's not here to defend Rick. And I do have some things that you guys have stumbled into that are plot stuff that can happen, but I don't want to mess with that too much now because I want the whole party here for it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Oz could knock up an incubus. That's true.
Ooh.
Shape-shifting. So therefore, child.
That's true.
No
Oz.
So you two, anonymous characters are around, poking bugs in the park or setting things on fire. Rick is being grumpy or cooking or learning more about cooking or fighting a dog and maybe losing his arm again or his leg.
Oof.
So you two find yourself in Dethere with the day before you. What would Roscoe and Wave do in Dethere?
Well, Roscoe,
Yes.
do you have any
Wait.
plans for the day?
I did not. Did you?
Well, I was thinking maybe I go check out Meester.
Sure.
Maybe do some training.
Yeah, why not?
Maybe get some stuff for Gorm. Treat him a little bit.
Oh,
He's getting bigger.
he is.
And
He's a big boy. Is Gorm a boy?
Do you know the genitalia of reptiles?
No, I was wondering if anyone had told me.
Oh, I don't
If
know.
anyone had told anyone Gorm's gender.
odds are he is, evens are he's not. And it's an odd.
So he is.
So he is. So he's a boy.
He's a big boy.
Somebody figured it out. Somebody put their finger up and figured it
In
out.
the cloaca.
Yep.
I got sperm on me. It's a boy.
Preston. Oh.
Oh, chat wants to know, does Wave give Gorm stuff to smoke, or has Wave gone cold turkey since he's a mom now?
Ooh.
No, definitely don't give Gorm anything. No need for that. Doesn't work on reptiles. And cold turkey, no. Siphoned off a little bit, yes. Does he still have some because Gouger was destroyed? Yes.
Accurate.
So, no, just the usual. Definitely a little bit more focus and care on the creature that I'm.
Will they be able to defeat Trin the Warhorse? Yes, they did.
Woo! Who said that?
Well, that was the boss they fought in the chat.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, so yeah, you said you were going to go check out Mistral?
Yeah.
So now, with the training scenarios, we'll say that they played out as they did, with the exception of like, cool, thanks for this, we'll see you maybe never. I was like, yeah, we have time, we'll come back. And turns out you have literally all the time in the world.
Yes.
So, you and I talked about this briefly, but as we discussed, Mistral's a master of blunt weaponry. And you currently have a weapon that has the ability to transform between a flail and function as a flail, or work as a morning star with a chain retracted. And I believe you had said you wanted to focus on more morning star based techniques. Is that accurate? Or, well, you still have the option.
Yeah.
Morning star based techniques? Okay.
New timeline, new portent.
No, that's true.
13, 15.
Pretty good. So when you return to... Oh, that got really... When you return to Mistral, and you tell her you're interested in training with the Morning Star, she will basically tell you there are two main techniques that she can teach you. If time allots and you show proficiency and aptitude, perhaps she could teach you both. Or she could focus on teaching you one. Well, you pick which one you want, and then if time allots, she'll maybe get to the other one. Your options are Rib Shatter or Bruising Blow are your two techniques that she could teach you with the Morning Star. Bruising Blow only works against... Most of these only work against living creatures. But if you bruise someone sufficiently with that, if they fail a associated saving throw, they do not add their dexterity modifier to their AC until the end of your next turn, or they're treated with a wisdom check because you've bruised them so it hurts, so no dexterity. Or Rib Shatter does regular damage. A save is made when they're stunned until the beginning of their next turn. If the damage you dealt was greater than the creature's maximum hit dice, right? It is stunned until the end of its next turn. So those are your two options for focus with the Morning Star.
I like them both, but I think we would go with Rib Shatter.
Rib Shatter, okay. So they don't obviously have you... Mistral, you see, is a very different type of teacher. Chuck is very more hands-on, gets you involved fighting other people or other students. Mistral has a lot of students fighting like dummies and sort of replica, like not automatons, but like things that are replicating people or different aspects. So there are a lot of sort of training dummies made out of metal, but with wooden sort of chest regions for practicing rib shattering techniques. So she'll walk you through how this works, and she's basically showing you all these different techniques using a Morning Star. It also functions for a mace if you happen to, why would you? Because it's worse for damage. But if you happen to come across one. And she tells you that there's a lot behind this, right? Because you need to put, it's very much in the shoulder and then a very little bit in the elbow, but not too much because you don't want to over torque your elbow. But what happens is it's easier to do if you're fighting someone that's not wearing armor, right? If you're fighting someone in robes or, no shirt or anything like that, you're pretty much getting straight access right to the skin and the ribs, and that's pretty easy. And she'll walk you through that technique. You can go ahead and make me an athletics check.
19 plus 9.
Okay. So it's you feel like you may have done this in practice, in fighting in general, and just not really known that you were doing it.
Mhm.
The way you're swinging at this, because when you're fighting someone without armor, just hitting them. That was great. No skill at all.
No damage.
No damage on the table. That's good. Really, really hard hits. It's just in no armor. It's just it's brute strength. You hit hard in the ribs, you break a rib. Makes sense. When it comes to more and more armor, especially when you get up into like the breastplate and stronger armor, they're designed in such a way where they're sort of rounded. They're not, regardless of what fantasy will tell you, plate mail and breastplates and things like that are not like form-fitting to the front, because that serves no purpose. They're usually rounded out because that way blows the lance off of it, and there's usually like a gambeson or something else underneath it, so there's cushioning between the chest and wherever the metal actually is. So that involves a lot of well-placed timing to get, and just really, there's like more technique and finesse in it than you thought there would be. So what happens is when you're coming in and connecting with that swing, you've got most of your motion going from your arm, and then as you kind of connect, there's the blades or the spikes on a mace or a morning star kind of will hit first. And then what she's telling you to do is once it impacts, there's a very slight elbow movement to sort of not lose that momentum, where you would want to like hit and then come back off when you're going to hit, and you're going to kind of push more from here down. So it's all forearm based. And that's where sort of the shatter motion goes, because it impacts, pushes it in, and then you're sort of just tweaking it further and pushing it in to shatter the ribs inside. So that I'm actually going to need you to make a dexterity check.
Ooh.
That is an 8.
So you immediately, okay, never mind.
That is a 3.
There's another one back there. Is that for
That's evil game.
evil game? So you immediately, you get some like...
You got any charges?
No, use them.
No, he does not. Oh, wait, you do now.
Oh, I'm gonna use it.
Wait. I'm going to use my 15 portent.
All right.
So you get a 15 on the roll.
Yes.
So what was the dexterity check? So roll a d4 and then add your dexterity, because you're going to guidance yourself, I assume.
Rolling a d4.
Yes.
3 on the d4.
Plus 15 is 18 plus
Yes.
your dexterity.
Which is 0.
So 18.
Okay.
So this is significantly better. There's a lot of technique involved in this. What would have originally been a very poorly tweaked tennis elbow, and you would have been with some like tinnitus, not tinnitus, but tendinitis is the word I was thinking of. But you managed to hit it, and you've got most of it down. You feel like you're close, but when she goes back and kind of pulls the breastplate back to look, you can see there's a dent in the wood underneath, but it's not truly shattered the way you see when she does it.
Mm-hmm.
And she does it so fast. And it almost seems like when she's doing it, the wind, kind of this air genasi thing she has going on with her, the wind almost seems to, when this happens, there's like a funnel of wind that pulls it in to really break it. So as far as technique goes, you think you're close, but it's just that last little bit you're just not getting it.
Have you tried doing that with water? The little water funnel right before you hit?
I could try.
I've never hit anything with that.
There's
So I don't know
there's
if
no
that
spinning.
will.
This is a morning star.
Oh,
It's just
gotcha.
no, that's not a flail.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, you've also been doing more flailish stuff lately. But anyway.
Yeah.
We'll say that this happens over a course of time. You're trying at this. You did pretty good. You impressed her pretty much on the first try. But you watch some other people are trying, and it's not an easy thing to do. This is something that takes a lot of training, a lot of power, but again, that surprising amount of dexterity to really kind of just get that last little bit and not, break your wrist, tweak your elbow. And, you're doing this with something that weighs about 5 pounds or more. So this is really a lot of effort. So basically you're there for hours, we'll say, and I would like you to make another dexterity check. Yes.
While he's doing this, after I make the wind tunnel recommendation, I would like to go on a coffee run for everyone.
Oh, you do.
I'm going to go on a coffee run. I'm going to get Gorm some snacks while I'm out. And then I'm going to spend about 10 minutes seeing if Gorm, if I throw an apple in the air, if he can, with the cold breath, just like skeet shooting with cold breath.
Yeah, we can definitely make that happen.
So I got a 13 on the roll.
13 on the roll total? Yeah, so...
And Gorm got a 14 for his cold breath.
With the die? That's the die, or that's with the...
That's not with the modifier.
Okay, so that's a 14. Yeah, so he's able to. He's got like a +3.
Good boy.
+5 or something, so gets it. Yeah.
Do they have iced coffee in there?
Not a lot. It seems like they prefer hot coffee here.
Right.
But there's like a couple rebel like it was probably by happenstance that someone like left it out and it got cold and they're like, oh no, wait a minute. There's something to this. So there's like one iced coffee place in all of Dethair. And they're not like super big on advertising it.
Okay.
Because the perception is like coffee's meant to be hot.
Fair.
Anyway. So yeah, I will. So you just tried, no luck.
I'll try again if I can.
Yes.
21.
So I'm gonna say you took Roscoe's advice from the start to use the water this time. You didn't say you did it last time.
No.
So we're gonna say you did it this time.
Yes.
The DC is 20.
I'm gonna have it spiral around my hand.
Yeah, sure.
You know.
And yeah, you manage to, and you can see sort of the denting impact you make into the breastplate, and it travels through and just shatters this piece of wood that replicates the rib cage inside. And you were able to, you do this, and then with having done it once over time, it takes maybe another couple hours. So you're here for basically 10 to 12 hours working away at this. And basically by the end of that, you feel like you've gotten it to a point where you can do this pretty consistently. And she is thoroughly impressed. But, it took you a long time to get here, and you're not sure how, you have a secondary weapon potentially too, so there's a lot of potential training here. How long it's going to take to master all of that, you don't know. But the way this works, and I will put this in D&D Beyond for you, is when you do this, you have to make a single attack roll against a humanoid target. It has to have a rib cage, right? And then that's when it does the normal damage. They've got to make a con save versus, based off your strength mod. And if they fail, that's when they're stunned. And if you do more damage than their hit dice, which likely you will do just based on damage that you do already, they're stunned until the end of their next turn. But it is an attack. So you don't it's a single, no, that's what it is. It's a single attack roll. So I think it's supposed to be in place of your act like you're doing this. I don't have to think about it. No, make a single attack roll. So it is part of the attack. So that's how that works.
Okay.
Yeah, because some of these other ones say they're in action. So, it does normal weapon damage. Targets make a con save. But I think it's tied to it being a humanoid, classified as a humanoid target.
All right.
So most
okay, so that's
things,
the downside.
That's the downside.
Cool. That makes
sense.
sense.
To be something with a humanoid anatomy. So like it wouldn't work on a giant, for example. Even though your brain may tell you they're a humanoid, they have that shape, they're considered a giant. So like people, mostly. It wouldn't work on a doppelganger because they're a shapeshifter, not a humanoid. But like goblins and kobolds and things like that are.
If we go into the arena and fight another party,
that'd be big.
Yeah.
So yeah, you have successfully unlocked the rib shatter technique.
I feel very accomplished.
Well, that's good.
After all the hard work I put in.
I feel like you're being insincere.
No, maybe it's just I wasn't main character enough.
Sure.
No, this is really cool. I really appreciate this, Mistral. You know, the Veil Guard's always down to help you. So if you're ever in the area, let us know.
Maestro.
Yeah.
Now, hypothetically, let's say down the line, say we recruit some strapping young men and women to join the Veil Guard. Sorry, it's been 5 days. I'm still new. Would you be willing, if you were fairly compensated, to come to Veilguard Spire and maybe give them tips for a day?
Just I can't promise how much I'd be able to do in a day with a group of people, but I would absolutely give it a shot.
But if that's something you'd be willing to do, maybe we could.
For the right compensation, I think I could sacrifice a day or so here to make that happen.
Wonderful. And with teleportation magic, we would have you back here instantly.
And she says, well, I guess I really can't say no to that.
Well, thank you. I don't know. I feel like Chuck would say no.
I mean, do you say that out loud?
Yeah.
And she's like, yeah, probably.
Right?
I mean, she's like, he's very elitist.
He seems to be singularly minded, is the way I put it.
Yeah, that's a pretty good way to describe it.
Yes.
I don't know. He's got that whole, what I like to call, like, the bladed mindset. So he's like, oh, we use sharp weapons. So, like, you guys use blunt weapons. It's not as cool as us. And I was just like, I can break your ribs. You could cut off an arm, but you're going to be suffering for weeks with broken ribs.
Yes.
That arm, you just regrow that arm with regeneration.
Yeah.
You have it. You're still going to be feeling those ribs for a while.
Truth.
That's all I'm saying. You don't go knocking people off cliffs with a greatsword, but you do them all.
That is true.
That's all I'm
I
saying.
mean, I've never done it, but I've heard tell.
So you would also know, not that it comes up too often because great clubs aren't a too common a weapon, but the great club also is a weapon that you can functionally use rib shatter with. So if you were to use a great club, the technique is more or less, it's a two-handed weapon, so you're probably not going to use it, but you've mastered the technique once, so applying it to another weapon that has it would be relatively easy if you wanted to go that route.
And what fighting style do you have? Dueling?
Dueling.
Okay.
Yeah.
So probably not.
Okay.
But it's an option.
So coolies.
Well, thank you for your time, Mistral.
And she says,
I hope to be back.
yeah, I've got more to teach you. If you like learning the bruising blow or are you looking to do anything with that flail, there's other totally different techniques with that. It's pretty unique, the moves you can do with that, but the chain gives you a lot of different options that are not common.
Like what?
Yes, I was going to say, maybe you could tell me.
She'll show you, she'll go and grab a flail and she'll fight with some of these dummies. And she'll show you using the chain. And you know personally the benefit of Veilguard's glory is that it has this range, which is not a common thing. That's a magical enhancement based on the weapon itself, or a technological advancement based on how the retraction method works. But what she shows you she can do with these is like a grappling suffocating technique where she'll like wrap it around the neck of an enemy and she'll basically grapple them with that, choking off their ability to speak, breathe. It'll give them disadvantage on rolls against it, but you're using your weapon to grapple them, so you're not going to really be able to do anything with it. So that's basically the benefit of it, is you are using your weapon to do the grappling. Rather than having to grab them, you're making an attack with it. I'm sorry, it is still a grapple attempt, but while grappled, they cannot speak, cannot breathe, and have disadvantage on attack rolls against you. And if you surprise them with it, they cannot hold their breath and immediately start suffocating.
Ooh, that'd be good if we come up against an enemy spellcaster.
And she also will
can't cast
show
more
you
spells.
against a different enemy with a shield that as an action, mechanically, you can make an attack roll against the shield and basically use the flail to go over top of the shield to wrench the shield away. So as an action, you can do this, targeting the shield, and this attack ignores any bonus to AC granted by the shield and deals the normal damage. If it hits, they have to make a strength save, and if they fail, you rip the shield off of their arm. which is really what a mechanical function of a flail is in real world combat, is to go up against somebody else's shield and then go up over the top. So that's what that would be. And then again, she also teaches, like I told you, Mace and Morningstar, basically the same thing. A Warhammer is more or less similar. It has that bruising blow technique as well. It also, because of the nature of a Warhammer, has the ability to damage weapons. Try to break people's weapons with the Warhammer. And then the Maul has a couple other things. It has, let's see here, a crushing blow with the Maul. Not that you're a two-handed user, but if you were, if you hit their you can basically reduce their AC as you're crushing their armor into them. Or the really strong thing, which is not really the hurling impact thing she was talking about, where they make a strength saving throw, and if they flail, you basically are just using your maul almost as like a golf club, and you knock people back 15 feet if they fail. You're just trying to just bash them for a distance. I think that's more or less all of the things that she's an expert in, is primarily the blunted weapons.
Now, Mistral.
Oh, she does the light hammer, which is the throwing hammer as well. Dazing blow. If you manage to hit somebody with that and do it well enough, you can incapacitate somebody, knock them out with the hammer, or try to go for people's joints with the hammer. Try to hamper them a little bit that way too. I think that's it. I think for her. Yeah.
Now, I know that there are the many martial fighting masters, but have you heard of anything similar for magic users such as myself?
Not in this city.
All right. Thank you.
I mean, maybe.
Also, I heard rumors that once upon a time there were these tiny little maces that you could use, even if you're not very strong. That they're more for fast people. Is that a thing?
And she says, maybe. I don't know. I'm a very strong person. What are you referencing? Just out of curiosity.
Me, like Sean?
Yeah.
Regis has a light mace.
Oh, light mace.
And I actually looked it up in when we were making the 3-5 characters.
Yeah, something.
Light mace is a finesse weapon.
I think the closest thing you're gonna get is a club in this. Unfortunately.
I figured
There really isn't a finesse bludgeoning weapon.
No, it kind of makes sense.
Doesn't. Yeah.
Like I get it.
So, no.
All right.
She will tell you that.
Fair. Well, it's just a lovely meeting you.
Hope to see you again.
Yes.
You look like you had a question.
Well, I was going to say, actually, if you have more time, the choking grapple is something that seems very interesting with the flail.
Well, you've already been up for 12 hours at this point, and you've been here for more. You've been up for longer.
I will think on it and come back,
maybe. That's more Ted than Mistral at this point.
Sure.
So, okay, yeah, you guys are able to go back and get rest. And...
Hey, wait. Watch this. Gormy. Do the thing. Throw it out.
There's no guidance on that.
Oh, yeah.
It's an attack.
What am I doing?
I don't know.
So you got a +4, 11.
Sure.
All right. He's a good boy.
He is.
So, I have said before, and you don't have to necessarily decide it now, but I will say, we talked about Gorm's potential. So the way I see it is, over however many months it takes for Gorm to reach full growth, he will get stronger physically. But I'm giving you the option. I think this is really the point where you could do that, or you could start to have Gorm. I mean, either way, Gorm, as we've already decided, or I've kind of decided at this point, Gorm is like any other creature. He can be brought back to life if he dies, but if he dies, he dies.
Mm-hmm.
So at this point, your options are he could continue to grow as natural, and whenever he grows up, he'll be stronger. He'll gain little boosts over time as alligators grow pretty quickly in the grand scheme of things. Or we could go sidekick route.
Mm-hmm.
So he would then continue to level with you, and that's that is, I would say, less payout over time. Like, you're getting little benefits over time with a consistency versus when I deem, he's probably grown up a little bit, so he gets a bonus to this stats and some more hit points. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, something to think about.
And he still dies if he dies.
Yeah, either way, it's just...
Does he get death saving throws?
Sure. Yeah, why not? So, the thing is... So, like...
No, I'm sorry. I meant if he goes one route, does he get death saving throws, or is it just...
I think...
He's just dead. Because he's not a PC.
I mean, if he was a sidekick, 100%, because that's just kind of how that works.
Okay.
But the more he... So, and I've said this before, and I'll say it again, I'm not... Once he starts doing things in combat, then he becomes a viable target.
Mm-hmm.
But if he doesn't do anything, and you just have him with you, and he's not doing anything in combat, then he's not going to be something targeted. But at the same time, there's less potential for, like, combat growth if all he does is just follow you guys around and shoot apples out of the sky.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if he were to go sidekick, every time you level up, he gains a level and he gets a tangible benefit from that. Versus if he doesn't, then he just sort of grows naturally. Again, you don't have to decide at the moment. I'm just saying those are what you've kind of got to work with. It's a judgment call. I mean, he would be basically the warrior sidekick, which is... He gets extra hit points every level. He doesn't get action surge.
I'm looking at it right now.
Okay.
I don't see action surge. He gets second wind.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Second wind, danger sense, improved critical, extra attack at level 5, advantage on initiative rolls at 7, indomitable at 9. So he'd have a lot of the same stuff that you have.
There's a lot of it's basically fighter stuff.
Yeah,
He gets
fighter
some
stuff
skill-
plus danger sense.
He gets some skill proficiencies that get D10 hit die. But that's what those benefits are.
No.
Because they exist. You don't know what his natural kind of growth will be like.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not going to tell you that it's going to be one better or worse or one way or the other or what's going to happen. So think about.
If Pat decides to go the sidekick route, would you consider him now a level 1 sidekick, or would that kick in when we took another level?
I haven't decided about that yet.
Okay.
So I'd have to think about it. Because I would have had him make the call when he was younger, but I feel like at that point it's kind of stupid, because you're like, oh, if you're starting from the very low base stats, then why would you, it's hard to tell which one will grow better.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you potentially have more growth in just growing than you do in leveling.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a decision call that I need to think about.
Right.
I don't have an answer right now.
Yeah, that's fine.
Cool.
Just something to keep on the radar.
Mm-hmm.
I was looking at the options for bonus proficiencies for the warrior sidekick, and one of them was animal handling, and I just had a mental image momentarily of us against some kind of bear and just being like, make Gorm go talk to it, and it just makes, I don't even know what kind of noise.
Hissing?
He would just hiss at the bear for a while, and then Pat would be like, we're good.
That low growl.
He's a friend bear now.
Yeah.
So,
Cool.
yeah. Is there anything else in the city of Dethair that you guys would like to do that's functional and you guys are able to do with just the two of you?
Do you want to do an arena fight?
I'd be down for that. Doubles?
Yeah. Get Gorm in there. Triples.
Sure. Triples? Trips?
Yeah. Just functionally you would get to test him out and play with him for a little bit in a scenario where we know he won't die because it's built in.
Yeah.
Do you want to fight another party or do you want to fight a monster? Actually, we should ask that. Could we fight another party of 2? Or 3 with Gorm?
Does Gorm need to be sidekick to attune to magic items? Technically, no. So if you go with Adventurers League rules, items being attuned to a sidekick or a companion count as your attunement, but I think that that's dumb. So Gorm has a 6 intelligence.
Okay.
So I feel like that's enough to be trained and enough to be intelligent enough to understand attunement. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you hold this thing and it'll make you better.
Yeah.
So what they tell you about, they say 2-person parties are, they say if it's a 3-person party, it's likely going to be 3 people. So you'll probably be at a disadvantage because you'll be fighting a party member of 3 people versus you 2 and an alligator.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to say at this time, they're going to, like a 2-person party, they're going to say is pretty hard to come by.
Okay.
A lot of people who are in this are like, they build out a team specifically for it, and it's usually like a group of 3 or 4, usually 4, and they designed basically to try and win these things. Like, that's their whole point. Some of them are doing it to try to pay off debts or otherwise, but apparently not at this time.
Okay.
Says the die roll.
So you still have monsters, though.
They do.
What do you think would be a good challenge rating for us?
That's a good question.
5 or 6?
5 or 6 probably, I think, would be.
There's the red ooze. That's
Well,
a 6.
There's all his new stuff.
It's a new day.
It's a new day.
Oh, yeah.
You tell me what you think is what a good star level you would like to try. And then I will see what we can come up.
Ooh, I think the rope of serpents was also the dragon.
Yes.
So I have these for you.
The hurdy-gurdy,
Carl.
and the rope.
Rope.
Yeah, because they were all printed out, which was all from the same location.
Yeah.
So 5 or 6.
Start 6.
Like, what do you think?
Okay, let's try that one. Looks interesting. So that ooze is still there. Let's say.
Cool.
Red ooze. I don't know anything about red oozes.
Me neither.
Oh, that sounds interesting.
Probably slow. But, red ooze, I could be wrong.
Can I make a history check about red oozes?
Sure. What you got?
I got an 11.
It's color of ooze. Red oozes kind of look like blood.
Ew.
There is. Oh, we fought those before. That would be silly. We don't affect that again.
I'm also going to say that I have my seeing invisible creatures 3rd eye.
Makes sense. It's the middle of the day, so that we don't want to fight that.
Nice.
Ooh, that sounds interesting. They're gonna tell you they got a bug, big wasp.
Flying again. Probably not a good idea. The arena really makes me wish I took Earthbound as a spell.
Yeah, that's sometimes a good thing, I guess, especially if you're gonna be flying things is the word I was trying to say.
Flying things.
Yes, indeed. Oh, where is that? They got a really big snake, white snake. Not the singer.
Then I'm out.
That's fair. I get that. It's a plant? Throw a plant in here?
Yeah, there was a plant.
Oh, there was a plant.
But is there?
There is, they tell you got a big tree. Tree creature. They got a dragon centaur.
I'd be down for a tree. Or I'd be down for a dragon center. That sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, that sounds pretty neat.
And unprepared.
I'd choose the ladder on that one.
The Dragon Centaur?
Yeah, I can give it a shot.
Okay. So the Dracator it is. Creature stands as tall as 3 warriors, armed from a horned head to clawed foot and azure scales, and aimed a bow that seems to be crackling with lightning. I'd like you guys to roll initiative.
Can we see it? 11. Oh wait, I have advantage. Yeah, 11.
11.
11.
Roscoe.
Team same brain.
Mm-hmm.
Dracator. Alright, so this thing is up first. It walks in. It's got 4 dragony legs, a big long dragon tail, and a half dragon-esque upper body. Has a some sort of long bow that looks like the arms of the bow look like wings of a bat.
That's pretty cool.
And
We're gonna be in a triad formation. I'm gonna be out front and point, and then we're gonna have Gorm and Roscoe behind.
I fully support your stratagem.
alright, so it launches. It shoots an arrow, and as it shoots this arrow, it crackles with lightning. And it kind of goes right into the middle of your triad formation. I'd like everybody to make a dexterity saving throw.
Blast.
Ooh.
Gorm got a natural 20.
Okay, so he's going to succeed.
I got a 10.
You're going to fail.
I got a natural 1.
Did you send me the
But
stats?
I am.
They're in your character sheet under your extras tab.
Ooh. My dex save was a 22.
22. You will succeed.
Oh,
So-
shoot.
Wave, you're going to take 28 points of lightning damage. And you guys are going to take half.
Sweet.
So 14 points to Gorm, 14 points to Roscoe. Then it is Roscoe's turn.
All right. Let's go with. How far away is he?
150 feet.
150 feet.
You know, I'm at longbow range.
I am going to 150 feet. Oh, okay. The only thing I have that actually has range where I can hit him is fireball. Everything else is 120, and I can't get close enough.
Okay.
So I will move up. So I am 130 feet away from him.
Mm-hmm.
And I will upcast. Let's do a 5th level fireball.
What's your save DC?
My save DC is a 16.
He is going to succeed on this.
So 5th level, that's 8d6 for the 3rd, so that's 10d6.
Yes.
All right, so I'm gonna roll 5d6s twice. That's about right. 5 and 6 is 11.
Oh, God.
There we go. 11, 21, 32, 34 plus 1. 35 damage cut in half.
How many d6?
That was 10? That was 10d6?
Rough.
Yeah. That's me and my d6s.
Wave.
I'm gonna activate Chill Plate,
Okay, bonus action.
and then I'm going to dash at it.
Okay, so 60 feet.
Yes.
Okay, you are 90 feet away.
Then I'm gonna action surge.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna dash again.
So another 30 feet. So 90 feet away. You're 90 feet forward, so you're 60 feet away.
And then,
That's all your actions.
yes, I was gonna bonus action.
You already activated Choke Plate.
Oh, yeah, it's an action surge.
Yes.
No double bonus action. Okay.
Correct.
Gorm is going to move up as well with his dash.
30 or 60 feet?
60 feet.
All right. Now it is this guy's turn. He does not have his arrow. That arrow anymore. So, so he's gonna pull out keep his bow out, and he's gonna shoot you twice, Wave, because you're. No, I'm gonna shoot Roscoe.
What?
He can hit Roscoe.
Little old me.
That is a 17.
Roscoe's gonna cast Shield to hold up his
That is
armor
an actual
class.
20 though.
Okay.
You're gonna take 30 points of piercing damage.
Woof.
From his longbow. Then he's gonna kind of circle away from you, Wave, 50 feet. So you were. We'll just say he's 50 feet further away. So you have moved up 90 feet. So he was 60 feet away. So now he's. We'll call it like 70 feet away. Roscoe.
Ooh. I can't close the disc. I'm gonna move up
25 feet.
25 feet. And he's still further than 120 away, right?
Yeah, it'd be right about. We'll say he's 120.
Okay. In that case, I am going to pull out my Bigby's hand.
Sure.
And boop! It's going to be right in front of him.
That's 120 feet for
120 feet.
Huh.
And he is going to, let's do grasping hand. So I'm going to make a grapple check. Natural one, but I'm a halfling. That's a, what's his plus? Bigby's hand gives a +8 to the strength. So that is a 25.
28.
What?
I rolled a natural 20, so.
Wow.
Well, yeah.
All right.
So he also has a +8.
That makes sense.
Wave.
I'm gonna move 30 feet.
Okay.
So he's 20 feet away?
No, we just said he was 70 feet away.
70 feet away.
So you are 40 feet away from him currently.
40 feet away.
Yes.
Alright. I am going to chuck a javelin.
Okay.
And that's going to be a 15.
That misses.
Alright, I'm going to chuck another one.
Okay.
And that is going to be a 22.
That does hit.
Alright.
AC 17.
4 plus javelin 7. 11 points of damage.
Okay. Gorm.
Gorm is going to move up another 30 feet.
Only 30.
Actually, let's see. I want to check his breath.
It's not very far.
30, probably.
At
10
disadvantage.
Okay. So then he's going to dash.
Okay, 60 feet.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's. Yeah, so we'll say he's. I don't know. 80 feet away.
Okay.
That's his turn. Does not like this hand in his face. He's gonna shoot Roscoe again. He's pretty intelligent, grand scheme of things. That is a 22.
Oh wait, this doesn't have +3, 17 plus shit. Yeah, I get hit.
12 points of damage. So, concentration check
Concentration check.
for your baby's hand.
Yeah. 23.
Okay, second shot. That is a 25, so another 12 points. Another concentration check.
I am hurting a lot. Lucky. Wait,
Okay.
do I have to? No.
It's only a DC 10.
Yeah, no. Then I passed. I got a 10.
Fair enough.
You don't have feeling, do you?
Roscoe. He
He
has not moved.
Hmm?
He has not moved.
Okay. Baby, this concentration. I think butts. All right, then I am going to. I'm gonna cast Chill Touch.
Okay.
So that is a 20.
Yep. AC 17. If you wanna, I don't know if you wanna pre-do anything.
Sure.
It's AC 17.
All right, he's gonna take 11 points of necrotic damage.
Okay.
I am going to have my bonus action, have Big B's hand. Just fucking punch him.
Sure. It does that.
It does. Ooh. No.
No.
Oh no, that's a stupid move.
Okay.
Yeah, it's gonna punch him.
So let's see it.
That is, I'm gonna use another lucky, so that's 2. Ugh. That is, I'm gonna use my last lucky.
Wow. All right.
Yeah. So I'm rolling like smashed ass! That's gonna be a miss.
Cool. Wave.
Move up another 30 feet.
Okay. You are 10 feet away.
All right. So then I'm going to hit him with Veilguard Glory.
Mhm.
After I miss,
Sure.
and I'm going to hit him for 11 points of bludgeoning damage and 3 points of thunder damage.
Okay. Yeah. There's no difference. No, nothing unless it's lightning. You don't have to worry about separating out damage.
All right.
All right. So that is it.
And then Gorm is going to dash forward.
Okay. So he is now 20 feet away
Okay.
with the dash.
And at disadvantage, he is going to
That's
use...
dash is
Oh, duh.
his turn. All right. Let's see. You didn't move at all,
No. So I'm still 120.
and you're still 10 feet away. This is gonna shoot one at each of you. Let's go first. 23. 12 points of damage.
I'll do it. I can't fail.
Fair. And at you. 11.
Wait, that's what I got 2 natural ones in a row. I did.
Alright. So, Roscoe.
Nice. Chill touch again for a 20, or sorry, for a 17.
That's on me.
So that's going to be another 7 points of necrotic damage. Big B's hand is going to try and punch him again. Yeah. So that is going to be 18 on the roll.
Yep, that's good.
So he is going to take 10, 17 force damage.
17?
Yeah, I believe. I'm checking. I think it's 48. Yep.
Okay. Wait.
All right. I'm after the first connect with the flail, swinging Veilguard's Glory with the button. I'm going to come back around the other way.
Yep.
Natural 20,
Oh, well.
where I do 24 points of damage.
Nice.
And then I'm going to bring it around town and come down on the head for a hit. And that's going to do 14 points of damage.
Bring it around town.
Yes, sir.
That'll do it.
And,
It's dead.
Oh.
So Gorm doesn't get to do anything.
Gourmet!
Gorm scurries up like, bleh, cold breaths it.
Yeah!
Does he hit it?
Does he have to roll? Cause
Well,
dead.
we'll say, I mean, if it was still alive.
Yeah, 19.
All right, yeah, so he would have. So, but he didn't get to.
I just realized I only did hand magic.
Yes.
Big B's hand, and then chill touch. Lich slap.
Yeah.
I still like to envision that all my chill touches, they just go at you right up the nose. Just one finger up the nose. You're like, I can't heal. I can't heal. You got a finger in my nose.
Yeah, you guys defeated.
All right.
Just the two of you, really.
Yeah.
The crowd's like, it's like late evening.
Good.
So, you know, there's a lot of other entertainment going on. You guys fought this other thing. So it's, it's a modicum of entertainment.
I just thought of a way better strategy.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Which was?
Oh, well. I should have, when I was within 120 feet, wall of force. So it's trapped there until we get where we want to be.
That's fair.
And close in the gap, then get rid of it.
It's a good strategy for the future.
Yeah. Keep it in my butt pocket. I want to do something different that the crowd hasn't seen. So I dropped Polymorph and picked up Synaptic Static and then didn't cast it.
Yeah. You might have been able to hit it. It's 120 feet. It's a 30-foot radius.
Yeah.
So you could have started with that. You could have hit it. Yeah.
I thought of that as soon as, right after I rolled the damage from my fireball.
Which is the same.
Yeah.
Well,
It would have been two less.
Two less.
So
yeah.
I would have done less damage. Oh god. Oh. All right. Good fight.
Yeah. So you guys will say the 750 gold pieces between the two of you.
Sweet.
Okay. And Gorm got to run around a little bit.
Yeah. Got a little exercise.
See, the thing you do in that scenario is you have Gorm go first, because then if he misses, nothing happens. But if he hits, then he feels like he did something. And then you just, I mean...
Next time.
If it's going to be both of you back to back, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Let him try first, and if he fails, then you come in and wallop it. So yeah, you guys win in the arena.
Woo!
Team Same Brain. Team Dexterity. Or Team Initiative 11 here. And also Gorm.
And also Gormy.
So yeah, I don't know if there's anything else that you two want to do here in the city of Dether.
Nah.
I can't think of anything. It's a
Pretty solid.
interesting city, but it's more of a...
Yeah. I mean,
I'd want to travel with a party.
We've been in Dether for like 5 games now.
Yeah.
So we've done a lot.
Yep.
Of course.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
It was pretty cool.
I mean, it could also, I didn't feel like going there, but it could also speak common. So it could just be like, stop hitting me.
I had 2 HP. Yeah.
So, I don't know. I feel like this might be a good spot to stop because we're kind of in a weird scenario
Yeah.
where we can't really continue the story. We could, but it'd be weird.
Yeah.
Because we don't know if there's things that Rick wants to do in the city. Like there's the potential probably wanting to do training for Rick, but we still don't know who Celine's playing, so we can't even explore that route.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where we're at, I think, for tonight. Gorm armor, says the chat.
It's a good idea. Yeah, I'd be willing to go look for some armor for Gorm.
Yeah, I'll have to think about how we want to do that.
Sure.
So that's something. Thank you, chat, for the suggestion. Yeah, so we'll see what they choose. I think you guys also do have the staff of the Rat King. It's an item you have.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if you kept it, sold it, whatever you did last time.
I think we sold it.
Okay. Well, you'd have it if you wanted to keep it.
Right?
I don't know.
To that one funky shop. A lot of magical items.
Potentially.
Nothing in particular.
Maybe.
I don't remember.
It was a unique structure.
Who had it?
I think there were different levels to it, or...
Yeah. Are you talking about Sorcerer's Sundries?
Yeah. Sorcerer's Sundries.
I don't remember who had it. That's why I don't remember if you, kept it at all.
I swear we gave it to Nibbles.
You can't. It's a staff.
Yeah. He's a rat.
Rat King. But
No, it's his staff that let him summon swarms of rats.
Yeah. Forget what we did with it. I forget who had it.
I assumed Rev.
Potentially. But maybe that's what happened. Maybe it's with Rev. Maybe it was with Rev's body. Because Rev threw his backpack, but he wouldn't have had the staff wouldn't have fit in his backpack.
That's fair.
So, I mean, the rest of his shit went down with him.
Just someone has it.
what should Wave fill the attunement slot with, Internet?
Do you have anything?
Not that I can think of. Or item that I have.
I mean, if Celine plays Ember, you'd have thoughts and prayers.
Yeah, but I feel like I wouldn't use them, really.
No,
I didn't.
I mean, your flail is way...
It's
yeah,
awesome.
Velgar's lore is way better. And I feel like if we're ever in a scenario where they're going to take your weapon, they're also going to take any kind of knuckles, you know?
Yeah, the only benefit for you is you can bond to armor. So if they take your armor and your shield, you can call it back.
Yes. Ha! Take it again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Essentially.
The question that I'm going to bring up now with you two, but not bring up next time we play Evrand, because I'll probably forget, is that if Wave had an attunement slot open and Rick had an attunement slot open
They both
and
do.
Ember was here the whole time, then there might not have been that amulet of health floating around until Roscoe showed up.
Well,
And then my stats are different and I'm weaker. And I'm like,
they
"Oh,
both have 18 constitution, so it serves no purpose for them.
Yeah, Ember would probably be the one who.
That
Well, I got the 19 now.
well, you don't.
Oh, that didn't happen.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter because it's this. The amulet puts your con at 18, or sorry, at 19, but it serves no purpose for either of you.
Okay. Do I still have the love book? The
No.
love?
No, you do not.
Oh, no love for Roscoe.
No, and
Well, then I wish to be compensated by Rick
for a thing you don't know
for
about.
a thing I don't know about.
Fair.
I thought so. I'm glad you agreed. Ted.
And then yeah, I mean Ember might have had it, which would have put her con. She had a 16. Didn't you have a 16 too?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. So that would boost her constitution if she kept it. She does have a attunement slot open too.
Yeah, she has. I mean, she had several.
She didn't have anything attunement when she played her.
Where did we get the Amulet of Health?
I don't remember.
I know we had it for a while.
I don't think it was in the caves.
I don't think so either.
It would. Maybe it was in the house that you didn't do anything in.
No, because I feel like Roscoe had opened it. Oh, was Rick using it
Yes. Till he hit level 4.
until 4? Okay. No, yeah, maybe.
Yeah, he used it till 4, and then he raised
Bumped
or
his
no,
con?
maybe 8. He was using it till.
That would make sense.
Yeah, because he bumped his con and dexterity, and it put that at an 18. His dex at 12.
Okay.
Or
All right, so that makes sense.
Yeah.
Cool.
No, they wouldn't get the deck of some things because they would have had no reason for Rick and Roscoe to go visit Roscoe's guy because they weren't searching for information on the dragon or the scourge. So there would have been no reason for them to go down there together.
I mean, yeah. The only scenario I can think of would be all 4, like the whole party went down because Roscoe would be like, oh, I know a guy. He sells some shit. Let's go see what he got. But there would be no reason for it to be just the 2 of us.
Yeah. That was the whole reason that they got it in the first place, was they were going to see, like, hey, what information did you have? And then, so Rick also doesn't have the Vorpal Stone.
And if we go see him, the War Spoon will be a new thing.
That's true.
Yeah.
It'll be a
It'll be a
brand new
newly
item.
pitched thing.
And
Alright.
those unicorns didn't get freed.
We don't even know about him.
You don't. I'm going to say you still have the cubic zirconia skull.
Good, thank you.
Because
It's super cool.
Yeah. The unicorn, the deck, and the spoons are waiting. Perhaps this deck was purchased by someone else. In this time.
Perhaps.
That's not a kind of thing you let happen twice. So,
Yeah, that's fair.
well, internet. It has been a fun, short episode here of Evrand. We wanted to just put something out there, chat with you guys a little bit, try to do something. But unfortunately, honestly, probably the biggest detractor of the whole thing is that we don't know who Celine is playing. Because if it was Rick, we know that Pat is more than capable of playing Rick.
You already know, internet.
And we know that Sean is more than capable of playing whatever character Celine chooses.
It's true, but I need to know what I'm doing.
It's true. And depending on who Celine picks, may also dictate possibly where the party goes.
True.
Or what they're going to do.
I mean, the other problem would be if Celine picked Ember. one of the things that
I
she
know.
said was she didn't like that I played Ember better than her. So that would be a bad way to start.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to be Ember again. All right, well, Sean did it first, and Ember loved it, and you're screwed.
Yeah. I'm also potentially thinking, which may be something that I pitch, that since the monks had research of, this sort of path of destruction that sort of followed her, that they have a general region of where it started.
Okay.
So potentially where she was found.
Interesting.
So there would be a reason to go check that out. The house.
Potentially.
Or the remnants of the house.
The other side of it is, though, I'm assuming that phoenixes are immune to fire damage.
Mm-hmm.
So if we found one and we fought it and Celine picked Ember, then she is useless that battle. Well, not useless, but all of her good stuff is tied to fire damage. So if we end up having to fight this fire thing, then she has chill touch,
Blight.
and blight.
Animate objects.
Blight's not bad.
Enervation.
Blight's not bad, but if I remember
Shatter.
closely, it's a little close. Like you have to be close range. And
Yeah,
Shatter's
60 feet.
Shatter's 60 feet. Okay, then I was thinking it was like 10 or 30 or something.
No.
But yeah, if we got objects, animated objects.
I mean, no one said you had to fight it.
That's true.
Had to commune.
Oh, that's boring.
If I could have you fight it.
I would love not to do that.
Careful what you wish for.
I just picked this character for the second time, and I'd like him not to die immediately.
We'll just kill him in the first fight.
Oh no.
It was really had fun hanging out with those other guys,
But you guys.
but now I'm back because I feel like everybody'd be at that point like, man, I don't know if we could trust you. You are so fickle.
That's fair.
We don't want you at this party. Get out of here.
Rick would do that.
He might.
He wouldn't.
He held a little bit of a grudge when you left with the party fund.
Yeah, I know, but new timeline. I didn't do that.
True, but you did just basically be like, hey, I like hanging out with these other people better. Bye. Oh, wasn't so good. Hi, I'm back.
Yeah. That sounds like Oz, doesn't it?
Rick has pride, though.
He does.
So who knows? So anyway, Internet, thank you guys so much for watching. Remember to tell your friends to come check out the Twitch chat and the Twitch channel, because when we hit 3,000 on Twitch, Celine's going to run Celine Game here on the channel. And if you guys like it a lot, maybe we'll just convince her to keep running it. And then we all get to play, and then everyone wins.
Yeah.
Except for her, because she has to run it. But then she gets to run it.
She gets to run it. So far, she has loved all 3 of the games she's ran.
And so far, she's the most demanding DM out of everyone who's ever DM'd on this channel.
Oh, God, yeah.
In our group chat, she's asking consistently for more and more information. That's the thing. Oh, wait, I got a wave trinket.
Woo! Oh, thank you.
Let me pull it up here.
57.
Wave trinket.
Ah, it's for Gorm.
Yeah. Oh, it's for Gorm.
Gorm trinket.
Gorm trinket. Weird.
I like this.
I don't know how I'm going to do that. Would you say 57?
Yes.
And
you know what I've been thinking?
No, I haven't. What?
I like the mystery aspect of not knowing.
Okay.
With the growth.
Sure.
So I don't think I'm going to do the level stuff, even though I think a lot of the stuff that it gets as a sidekick is cool. I like not knowing.
Nice.
Okay. That is fair.
I respect that.
All right. Does Roscoe want one? I think he does, says the chat. The trinket. Yes, he does.
Woo!
A set of slender platinum chains and collar padded with red velvet.
Wait, was that for Roscoe or for
That's
Gorm?
for you.
Oh! Wait, say that again?
Hang on. A set of slender platinum chains and collar lined with velvet.
Would you like this for Gorm? Like, do you keep Gorm on a leash?
No.
Oh, okay. Then, this is a great gift for us.
It really is.
Thank you, Ash.
All right. Thank you all so much for watching, and we will see you in 2 weeks' time with Evil Month.
Evil Month.
And then let's get Celine Game to happen.
Woo! Tell your friends.
Good night.